The constitution also provides the procedure you have to follow if you want to renounce your citizenship as a Nigerian. You are going to
Ladies and gentlemen,
Hi guys, good day and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Tife Talks. If you are new on this channel, you are most definitely welcome. And please don't forget to click on that subscribe button before we even go further. Please, kindly subscribe to this channel. I believe you've done that. Thank you. And if you're not a subscriber, you're most definitely welcome to Tife Talks. I am Tife and I film about education, lifestyle, and faith. So today on this channel, I believe you all have seen, I'm going to be talking about 10 things you know about the Constitution as a Nigerian. Whether you're part of this country or not, you have to know certain things about the Constitution. So I'm here to dish it out to you. Hot. So I believe that we all have a basic idea of whatever the Constitution is. Some think that the Constitution is what has all the laws in this country. Some think that the Constitution is just the document. Some believe that we don't even have a Constitution in this country. So whatever it is to you, I'm here to define what Constitution is according to what I understand. So I believe that the Constitution is the supreme law of the land, in this case of Nigeria. So the Constitution is the supreme law in this country. The Constitution guides everything that we do in this country of ours, our dear Nigeria. So people think that all the laws in this country are contained in the Constitution. This is not true. The Constitution is only the foundation upon which other laws are built. So the Constitution is the foundation of the legal status of the country, and it also controls the relationship between the individual and those who rule the country, basically. So the Constitution is the supreme law of every land. Every other law in Nigeria has to be conformed and consistent with the provisions of the Constitution. So now let's jump into 10 things you should know about the Constitution as a Nigerian. Number 1, the Constitution has 8 chapters. And the chapters from chapter 1 to chapter 8, they contain different things. For example, chapter 4 is the one that deals with the fundamental human rights. Number 2, the Constitution is supreme. So any other law that is inconsistent and incompatible with the provisions of the Constitution is deemed to be null and void and of no effect whatsoever. So for example, let's say the Yoruba customary law of Oro. If you don't know Oro is, I don't know how to explain it, but it is just it's just something the Yorubas do, whereby they hunt in quotes for a person. Maybe they want to offer a sacrifice to the gods. The gods are angry, so the god will now require for a whole human being. So they will tell people to stay indoors between this hour and this hour. Don't come out. If you come out, they're going to use you for the sacrifice. So and they're going to kill you. They're not going to see you again. So the Constitution provides for rights to life. Nobody can kill me because I am a citizen of Nigeria, even though this can. So that customary law has been found to be repugnant to natural justice, equity, and good conscience. It is incompatible and inconsistent with the provisions of the Constitution. So therefore, it is null and void and of no effect. The Constitution also provides for the powers of the 3 arms of government, that is the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. So the Constitution sets out the powers of these arms of government and states how and what they should do. The Constitution is very rigid to amend. Oh my god. I'm not going to go into details of how a constitution is amended, no, but just know that in this country it is very, very rigid to amend a constitution. I'm not saying it's not possible, it is very possible. In fact, there are some things to the constitution that needs to be amended right now, but it is a very rigid process. Also, the constitution provides that for any international law or treaty to be applicable in Nigeria, it has to be ratified and signed into law by the National Assembly. So when I did first semester, when I did environmental law, I realized that there are so many, so many treaties and so many laws on the environment that have not been ratified, that have not been signed into law in Nigeria. In fact, I don't want to start mentioning, but there are so many, so many things. And the implication of this is that if it is not signed into law by the National Assembly, they are just there. We can't use them. We can't say that this particular law says that if I inhale this smoke now, something bad will happen to me. So therefore, I'm going to sue the Nigerian this thing. They'll ask you, is this law you are saying, this law you are quoting now, is it in Nigeria? Is it applicable in Nigeria? They're going to ask you. So if there's any international law that has not been enacted in Nigeria as a law by the National Assembly, then such an international law is not, it has no effect. It's just there. It's just a document. Also, the Constitution sets out the process of impeachment of a president and vice president, and also governor and deputy governor. So if you feel like the governor in your state is not doing well and you want to impeach, check out the provisions of the Constitution on this. Or if you want to impeach Buhari, may God help you in your journey. If you say that in Nigeria today, people will look at you and say, you're talking the nonsense, you're talking the rubbish. What's that? What are you talking about? You want to impeach Buhari? It is actually possible. The Constitution has spelled out the procedures. So do well to check the Constitution, and if you want to take the appropriate steps. See, this one, so many people will be interested in it. So the Constitution also provides the procedure you have to follow if you want to renounce your citizenship as a Nigerian. You are going to Togo. So basically, the Constitution only allows for you to have dual citizenship. So you can only be a Nigerian and a citizen of another country. You cannot be a citizen of 3 countries if you are a Nigerian. Yeah. So maybe your daddy is from America, your mom is from Togo. Now to become a Nigerian, you will leave one. Go and tell them that in your country that I don't want to be an American anymore. I just want to be a Togolese and a Nigerian. Yeah. So if you want to renounce your Nigerian citizenship, the Constitution has provided for it. So this means that if you don't want to be a Nigerian anymore, like, you are free, bye bye. We will not even miss you at all. The Constitution also provides for the procedures. If you want to be a citizen of this country, there are some procedures you have to follow, and then don't worry, you are welcome to Nigeria in advance. The Constitution also provides for the fundamental human rights of every citizen in Nigeria. So if you're a Nigerian citizen, be rest assured that you have rights in this country. Whether the rights are now respected or not, don't worry, calm down. But just know that as a Nigerian, you have so many rights. So do not be bothered. Don't worry. Your rights are guaranteed. So you have the right to life, the right to freedom of expression, you have the right to privacy, you have the right to freedom of speech, and so many other rights. It is contained in chapter 4 of the Constitution. Also, chapter 2 of the Constitution is non-justiciable. You'll be wondering that, what do you mean by non-justiciable? That means that everything that is contained in chapter 2 of the Constitution is not actionable in court. That is, chapter 2 contains the fundamental objectives of every state. So that is the economic objective, the educational objective, and so many other objectives. So if the governor of your state has refused to provide good education for your children or for your family members, you cannot sue him. It's not possible, because they have said that it's not justiciable, so it's not actionable in court. However, it can only whenever another part of the Constitution provides for it that, okay, this you can, this is actionable. So this brings me to the last one, which is the immunity clause. So this immunity clause is saying that the president, governors, and their deputies cannot be involved in any court proceedings while they are in office. So if Buhari is in office and he commits an offense, you cannot sue Buhari as the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. No, it is not possible because the constitution has provided that he cannot be sued while in office. So you have to wait until, or maybe he offended your family, maybe he did something that you really don't like. You cannot sue him as the president of the country. You have to wait until he comes down from that position, until he descends from the throne of the president. You now say, Buhari, you have a case to answer in so court. So you can now sue him. But the problem I have with this one is that ever since I was born, I have never seen someone sue a president of this country for an offense committed while in office. I don't know if you know of any. I actually don't even research on it, but please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, like this video, share to friends, and most important, subscribe to this channel. Also interact with me in the comment section. If there's anything you'd like to know, or if there's anything you'd like me to improve on this channel, please kindly let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Till then, I love you all. Bye guys. Bye. Bye. Bye.